Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of intangible capital. Now, you might be thinking, intangible what? Don't worry, you're not alone. Intangible capital refers to assets that you can't physically touch, but are incredibly valuable. Think of it like the secret sauce behind successful businesses and innovative ideas. Picture a chef cooking up a world-class dish. You don't see the recipe or every nuance of the cooking process, but you taste the brilliance. That's intangible capital in action. Throughout this course, we'll break down these abstract concepts into digestible ideas with real-life examples. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur, a curious learner, or someone simply trying to stay ahead in today's fast-changing economy, this lecture will give you the foundation you need. Let's dive in. All right, let's start by defining intangible capital. You may have heard of physical assets like buildings, equipment, or cash. Those are tangible. They're things you can see and touch. But intangible capital is completely different. It includes things like intellectual property, brand reputation, human expertise, and organizational culture. Imagine the secret recipe that makes a company like Apple or Google so successful. You can't hold it in your hands, but it's incredibly valuable. Here's another way to think about it. Physical assets are the body of a business, but intangible assets are the brain and heart. They drive decision-making, innovation, and growth. They're why companies like Tesla can shake up entire industries without owning massive factories, because their value lies in their patents, technology, and visionary ideas. That's the power of intangible capital. Let's bring this concept to life with some everyday examples. Take Apple, for instance. Why do people pay premium prices for their products? Sure, the gadgets are sleek, but the real reason is their brand reputation. Apple represents innovation, quality, and status. That reputation is a priceless, intangible asset. Now let's talk about Google. Their physical servers are important, but their real asset is their knowledge database and the algorithms they've developed. These tools keep them miles ahead of competitors. And think about Tesla. People rave about their electric cars, but the real game changer is their technology, including self-driving capabilities. Intangible capital isn't just for tech giants, though. Think about local businesses. A neighborhood bakery might thrive because of its recipes, customer relationships, or even the warm vibe it creates, none of which you can physically hold, but all of which create value. Once you start looking, you'll see examples of intangible capital everywhere. So, why should you care about intangible capital? Here's the deal. In today's world, intangibles make up the lion's share of value for most successful companies. For the biggest names out there, over 80% of their value comes from intangible assets. Think about that. 80%. That's not factories or trucks or office buildings. It's ideas, innovation, and reputation. This shift is reshaping the global economy. If you're running a business or even planning your career, understanding intangible capital is no longer optional. It's the key to staying competitive. Companies that fail to invest in their intangible assets, whether that's through fostering innovation or building strong relationships, risk falling behind. And it's not just about businesses. Even as individuals, your skills, knowledge, and personal brand are your intangible assets. These are the things that set you apart and open doors to opportunities. The world is moving fast, and those who grasp the value of intangibles are the ones who will thrive. Here's a big idea for you. Tangible assets, things like machines and buildings, are static. They have limits, but intangible assets are dynamic. They can grow exponentially. Let's compare two companies. One invests in more factories, while the other focuses on innovation. The first company can only grow so much. It's limited by the number of factories. But the second company, by developing cutting-edge technology or creating a beloved brand, can scale almost infinitely. This shift in focus is why companies like Uber or Airbnb can disrupt traditional industries without owning cars or hotels. Their intangible assets, like their technology platforms and brand trust, are doing the heavy lifting. It's a reminder for all of us. If you want to succeed in today's world, you have to think beyond what you can see and touch. Focus on what can scale, evolve, and drive long-term value. Let's wrap things up with a quick reflection. Today, we've uncovered the hidden world of intangible capital, the invisible assets that power our economy. We've learned that these assets, like brand reputation, innovation, and human expertise, often hold more value than tangible ones. Here's the big takeaway. The future belongs to those who recognize and invest in intangible capital. Whether you're running a company, managing a team, or building your own career, this understanding can give you a competitive edge. So as you go about your day, start looking for the invisible assets around you. What makes a company stand out? What gives a product its value? And most importantly, what intangible assets can you build to unlock your full potential? Thanks for joining me today, and good luck on your journey into economic thinking.